So this is our special Christmas Eve chill practice for half an hour. So just find your comfortable seat on your mat. Arrive in that place where you can completely turn everything inwards. So ground down through your sitting bones. Reach tall through the crown of your head. Sit tall and proud. And I invite you to close your eyes down. And start to notice your breathing. How is that feeling this morning? So try and find that easy pattern of breath. So counting in through the nose as you inhale for 4. And exhaling through the nose for a count of 4. So inhaling 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 2, 3, 4. Continue with that nice steady breathing. Try and smooth it out. So nice and smooth on the inhale. Nice and smooth on the exhale. Release and soften everything down to the bottom pit of your diaphragm. Let it all out. Squeeze everything out. And then take a nice big inhale, breathing in all the new energy. And then send that energy into your body and then out what you don't need anymore. So continue with your breathing. Blink open your eyes if you want to. If not, stay in that place. Just going to do some shoulder rolls. Try and get rid of any tension that we're holding around our shoulders, around our neck this time of year. Big build up, and it can be really overwhelming. So I want you to use this practice to just try and let go of all those expectations. Expectations really is just an empty void. It never really gives us anything. So just let go of all the expectations. Let go of all the feelings of being overwhelmed. It's such a busy, chaotic time. And just honour yourself and your body for being here and being here right now. Then you're just going to take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Just going to do a gentle stretch down the left hand side. And then trace your chin across your collarbone over to the left. Left ear to left shoulder, gentle stretch down the right hand side. And then placing your hands on your knees, just going to start to do some big circles, some waking up the back. So as you inhale, bring your shoulders forward over your knees, leading with your chest. Exhaling, coming around the back. Maybe just putting a small concave into your spine. Like a mini cat-cow. And then reverse that direction. And then roll over onto all fours. So come into your tabletop position. And so we have our hips over our knees, our shoulders over our wrists, fingers spread nice and wide. Push that ground underneath you away. And pull up through your shoulders so you've got a nice, strong shoulder girdle. And before we come into a couple of rounds of cat-cow, just going to do some sway. So just move your body forward, bring your shoulders over your wrists, and take your hips right back over your heels. Start to move around in a big circle, Moving your body. Mobilising the wrists, taking them forward, just slightly weight bearing. Moving those hips, really sinking them down over your heels as you come backwards. And then reverse, that's big circle. And then come back to neutral position. So set up for your cat-cow. As you inhale, going to drop the belly, raise the head, pull the chest through. So lead with the chest. Exhale, reverse into that angry cat position. Drop the head and neck, let it fall heavy. Push the ground away, so really pulling up through those shoulder blades. Pulling the tummy button towards the back of the spine and pushing down with the front of the feet. Really making this movement beneficial. And then exhale, reverse. Use your breath, whatever works for you, just work through in a nice flow. For me, it's inhale as I let my belly drop. Exhale to reverse. And then come to neutral position. I'm going to thread the needle. So take the left hand through that gap underneath your right shoulder. Bring your left chin to the mat. Keep your hips over your knees. And really want to find a twist in the upper back. So you can use your right hand just to support you here. Or you might want to take it up to the sky and then actually bring it round, hook it around your left hip crease, just to open up that chest area, increasing that twist. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, soften and release to the ground. Using your right hand, take that back to the mat. Use that to push yourself all the way up. We'll do the same on the other side. So right hand comes through, thread that needle. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Hips stay over the knees. Really pull in that right shoulder through to create the twist in your upper back. And then you can take your left hand up to the sky if you want to, and or take it behind your back into that right hip crease. So opening up this shoulder area just helps to create more of an upper spinal twist. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, soften. Release your left hand, bring that to the mat. Push yourself all the way up. And then just take yourself back into a seated position. So cross your ankles, bring yourself back. Seated position. And just have your hands face, your palms open, facing up on your knees. We're going to do a mudra here. So bring your thumb and your forefinger together. And just close down your eyes. I just want you to come back to your breathing, so that nice steady pattern. 4 in, 4 out. So this mudra is to, like I said yesterday, mudras are intentions. They're a way of sealing an intention. So maybe this is a nice time to set an intention for yourself for the day. This mudra actually represents peace and joy and spiritual progress. So maybe you want to just set an intention for peace and joy for you, for your family, for your loved ones. Stay with the breathing, just settle into that nice smooth breath, set your intention. So I probably should have said the thumb and forefinger together and the remaining 3 fingers are just out long or bent. It's just that connection with the thumb and the forefinger. Okay, open the eyes if you haven't done so already. I'm just going to take this over into a child's pose. So we're going to make it an active one. So just bring your knees as wide over the mat as is comfortable. Bring your toes together. Sink those hips back towards the heels and then extend your arms long and active, melting your chest towards the ground. Bring your forehead to the mat if you meet. If not, create a pillow with your hands. Just let yourself sink into the ground, honouring your body. And take in just one breath at a time. That's all we need to do. Just one breath in, one breath out. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, release, surrender. And again, nice big inhale. And exhale. Okay, and from here, going to bring ourselves up into that tabletop position. And then from here, I want you to just take your left leg forward. So bring your foot up between your hands. Right knee stays bent on the mat. So we're coming into a low lunge. Extend the hands up to the ceiling. Reach tall through the fingertips. Release the shoulders. And then we're going to just take your right hand over your left wrist and just gently guide that right hand over to the left so you can feel a nice stretch down that side. And then release that. And then we're going to pull this left hip back. So coming into a runner's lunge, pull that left hip back, hips come back over your body. Bring the hands down either side of your left leg. So take a nice big inhale here. And exhale. Stay here for a couple more breaths. So maybe just soften those elbows so that you can sink in with every exhale and you feel that stretch down the back of your hamstring. One more breath here. And then we're going to move this forward and then take this left foot straight back out behind you and let it hover up behind you so that left leg is floating, the toes are pointing down towards the ground. And then we're going to extend the right arm. So we have the opposite arm, opposite leg, and we're balancing. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale. Really fire up your core. So pin your tummy button up towards the back of your spine. Engaging everything through our abdomen. reaching through our fingertips, stretching through the back of the heel, energy pushing out in either direction. And then replace the right hand to the mat, and then kick your right ankle out behind you slightly, and then lift your left hand to the sky. Your left leg is still floating, energy pointing out through the heel. So we're coming into a modified half moon stretch here. So engage the glutes, really push the energy out through that left heel, reach tall through the fingertips. And then release that hand back to the mat and release that left knee. And we're going to bring that left foot back again, and then push yourselves up to standing and bring that right foot just in slightly so you've got a shorter stance, coming into our pyramid pose. So bury that left hip back slightly. Fold, as you exhale, fold over the front left leg. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale. And then we're going to bring that right foot up to meet the left. And then exhale, fold forward. Let the head and neck release. Inhale, come up to a flat back, halfway lift. Lead with the crown of the head. And then exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, bring the hands out to the side, all the way up to the top. Reach tall through the fingers, bring the hands down to the heart center. And then we're going to make our way back down to the mat into our tabletop position. And we'll do it all the same on the other side. So this time bring the right foot up between the hands, left knee stays on the mat, coming into a low lunge, raise the fingertips to the sky, release the shoulders, take a nice round of breath here as you sink in, stretching that left hip flexor. Keep smiling. Okay, and then your next exhale, we're going to take the hands down either side of the right foot and then push those hips back, coming into your runner's lunge, stretching out the back of that right leg, feeling it in the hamstrings for sure. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Just soften through the elbows with your exhale so you can intensify that stretch and work to your edge. So one more breath here. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Bring yourself forward. Take that right leg out behind you, coming into that tabletop position where that right leg is elevated. Toes are pointing down to the ground, and then extend out through that left arm for your balance. Lovely. Then replace that left hand back to the mat. Kick that left ankle out behind you, and then raise that right hand to the ceiling. Right leg stays lifted. Energy pointing out through the heel, reaching nice and tall, modified half moon pose. So take a nice big inhale here, reach nice and tall. Exhale, release the hand back to the mat. Keep that right leg extended, and then you're going to bring that through between your hands and then push through that front foot, front big toe, to bring yourself all the way up. Bring that left foot in slightly to shorten your stance, coming into your pyramid pose, folding over your right leg. So one more nice big inhale here. Feel the belly expand on the top of your thigh. Exhale, lead with the crown, bringing your nose towards your shin. And then bring that left foot in to meet up with your right. Exhale, fold forward, let the head and neck release. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring the arms out to the side. Raise yourself all the way up to the top. Reaching through the fingertips. And before we come down, I just remembered I forgot to do the stretch on the other side. So just take your right hand over your left wrist. And then just stretch to the right. Just to stretch down the other side. What I should have done in the low lunge. And then back through centre. Bring the hands down to the heart centre. Okay, so I'm just going to do a tree pose to honour the Christmas tree, as it is Christmas. So root down through your right foot. You've got a couple of options here, so you can take your left foot to your right ankle, or you can bring it up to your calf, or up over above your knee. So whichever works for you. Just try and keep these hips level, so don't hoik one up over the other. Root down through the right foot. Pull up through the inner arch. Really engage all those inner foot, leg muscles. And perhaps just focus on something in front of you. And it's okay to wobble. That's what trees do. So, honouring our inner Christmas tree. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. One more nice big inhale. And then exhale to release that foot gently down to the ground. Maybe just give the legs a little bit of a shake out. Do the same on the other side. So one side's always worse than another for me, so we'll see how this one goes. But root down through the left foot. Take the modification that you want to. Find your focal point. Smile. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Really push those thumbs into your sternum. Grateful heart. One more nice big inhale. Really push that foot into your left thigh to create more stability. And exhale, release all the way back to the mat. And then just bring yourselves down onto your mat, laying flat onto your backs. So first of all, just bring your right knee into your chest. Just give it a hug and a squeeze. Maybe just move it around in the hip joints, side to side. And do the same with the left. Bring that one in. And then bring both of them in, give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Lift your forehead towards your knees so you can feel a stretch down the back of your neck. And then release the legs. Let the right leg go out long along the mat. And then taking your right hand to the outside of your left knee, keep your left knee bent. And then just guide that over your body so that you find a twist in your lower back. So we've got the left knee coming over to the right hand side of the body. If you want to increase that stretch, you might want to hook your left toes around your right leg somehow, but whatever works for you. And you might not get your knee to the floor, that's absolutely fine, as long as you're just feeling a twist. Have the left arm out in the opposite direction along with your gaze. And then come back up through centre, just switch over the legs, so left leg goes along the mat, bring the right knee up, left hand to the outside of the right knee and gently guide that over to the left hand side. Right arm goes out long, gaze in over to the right hand side. And then just come back up through centre. And then take both legs out nice and long. Let the feet fall out heavy from the ankles, so just let them relax. Bring your hands down by the side of your body, palms facing up. Really melt those shoulders down into the ground. Close down the eyes. We're going to do a really short mini Shavasana. So just going to come into stillness. Just let your muscles melt away from your bones. Feel really heavy into the ground. And just let go of the breathing. So just starting to bring awareness back into your body. Maybe just give everything a little bit of a wiggle. Your toes, fingers, maybe just circle in your wrists, circle in your ankles. And then just take your right arm out and roll over onto your right hand side in a fetal position. Keeping your eyes closed, I just want you to stay there for a moment. I'm going to read you a paragraph about daily strength. So, if you're stuck in a self-critical spiral, it can be helpful to remember how strong and brave you are. You may not rappel from skyscrapers or jump out of planes on a daily basis, but maybe you are raising children, maybe you're a great friend, or constantly helping people in small ways each day. Courage is not just about physical feats, it's more often about conquering the intangible fears that we encounter on a daily basis. And I think those words are so true at the moment. So don't ever lose sight of the daily strength that you inhibit every single day. And just as the sun himself is weak when he first rises, and he gathers strength and courage as the day gets on. And that's a quote from Charles Dickens, The Old Curiosity Shop. So be more like the sun. Remember, we grow in strength as the day gets on. So gently bring yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to the heart center. Really raise your chest and your sternum. Raise your heart to your thumbs. Push your hands together. Grateful heart. Thank you so much for joining me in this extended practice for Christmas Eve. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas with your family and loved ones, and wish for a much better next year. And it will be, because everything's temporary, everything changes, so we will definitely be moving and shifting into a better place for next year. Thank you, and namaste.
Thanks, Emma.
Thank you, Emma. That was lovely.
Thank you.